Dear viewers, Namaskar. Welcome to this edition of the News Bulletin. SAIL's Jharkhand and Orissa group of mines bagged the prestigious Rajbhasha Puraskar. SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant steps up its anti-COVID drive.
DMR grade high strength steel of SAIL, Rourkela Steel Plant, will be used by Indian Navy for making of submarines, says Rear Admiral R. Vishwanathan.
SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant supplies about 2.9 lakh tons of special grade steel for Mega Kaleshwaram Lift Irrigation Project of Telangana. Massive sanitization drive undergoing in SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant.
Blast Furnace 5 of SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant surpasses 20 million ton production mark. $18 employees selected to receive Executive Director Works Skill Excellence Award for current fiscal.
SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant implementing projects worth more than ₹70 crores for reducing, treating and reusing its effluent water. देश के नाम एक रंगोली सजाओ. Rangoli competition commences at SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant.
Contract Cell Works Department of SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant creates a new record of order placement. More than 2 lakhs finger links released by SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant and Fisheries Department Government of Orissa in the backwaters of Mandira Reservoir to enhance income of local fishermen. SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant successfully enters a neck segment by rolling out 32-ton HR coils. Renovated python enclosure adds to the beautification of IG Park Zoo.
Now the news in detail. The Jharkhand and Orissa group of mines of SAIL has been presented the prestigious Rajbhasha Puraskar by the Rajbhasha Vibhag under the Ministry of Home Affairs, Government of India. The award was handed over to the Mines Group by Ms. Anshuli Arya, Secretary Rajbhasha Vibhag, Government of India at Dibrugarh during the joint regional official language conference for Eastern and Northeastern regions. SAIL's Jharkhand and Orissa group of mines have bagged the second prize for the year 2017-18 and 2018-19 and third prize for the year 2019-20 in recognition of their outstanding performance in the area of implementation of official language by the erstwhile Raw Materials Division of SAIL. The prestigious award was received by Srimant Narayan Panda, General Manager P&A Jharkhand Group of Mines, and Shri A.S. Mishra, Assistant Manager P&A Kiriburu Iron Ore Mines. Chief General Manager in Charge Jharkhand Group of Mines Shri Joydeep Dasgupta and General Manager P&A Mines Shri Srimant Narayan Panda presented the shield received as Rajbhasha Award to Shri Amarendu Prakash, Director in Charge SAIL Bokaro Steel Plant with additional charge of Rourkela Steel Plant on 8th January in presence of Executive Director Personnel and Administration Shri Sameer Swaroop. Shri Prakash congratulated the Jharkhand and Orissa Group of Mines Collective for this achievement and encouraged them to continue the good work. In the wake of the rising number of cases of COVID-19, SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant has geared up its activities to prevent the spread of the virus in the steel plant. It has strengthened its disinfection drive by deputing personnel at different gates of the plant for hand sanitization of each and every person entering the plant premises. To contain the spread of COVID-19, guidelines pertaining to preventive measures have been issued by RSP, wherein employees and outsiders shall not be allowed to enter the plant premises, workplaces without mask. The vendors, consultants, suppliers, experts coming from other states to Rourkela have to produce final vaccination certificate, RT-PCR negative report obtained within 48 hours of entry. Other guidelines shall also be followed with utmost care. In addition to this, public announcement are being made with regard to the do's and don'ts related to the pandemic. Basic COVID guidelines are also being reiterated in the daily news bulletin of the plant in RSTV. COVID posters are displayed in different strategic locations both within and outside the plant. Attractive posters with catchy slogans are also widely circulated in RSP's different social networking sites as a caution and for generating public awareness. Advisories have been issued for strict adherence to the COVID guidelines.
SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant has received the certification for producing DMR grade high strength steel, and this steel will be used by Indian Navy for making of submarines, said Rear Admiral R. Vishwanathan, PD, SC, ATVP, Akanksha during his visit to Rourkela on 13 January 2022. A high-level delegation led by him, including Commodore P.R. Kulkarni and Captain R.K. Sehgal, held an interaction with Mr. S.R. Suryavanshi, ED Works, and other senior officers of RSP at Rourkela House, in which commercial production of the DMR grade high-strength steel at RSP was discussed threadbare. Senior officers from the CMO and SAIL corporate office attended the meeting online. During the interaction, the Rear Admiral said, "As a policy, Indian Navy is using indigenous steel for its ship and submarine building. RSP, fulfilling the needs of a tough and meticulous customer like Indian Navy for the last about 10 years, proves its adherence to stringent quality parameters in its products. The steel plant commencing commercial production of the submarine grade steel will further strengthen our association." The Rear Admiral also profusely praised the efforts being made by RSP in the field of environment and CSR and said, "Coming to Rourkela has always been a wonderful experience, as RSP does not only make steel but takes care of its surroundings and community so sincerely." It is worth mentioning here that RSP has so far supplied more than 7,000 tons of tailor-made steel adhering to stringent quality specifications for use in various naval applications. The special plate plant of RSP that is dedicated to make defense and navy grade steel has been relentlessly working towards developing newer grades of customized steel that can absorb high ballistic impact. These high quality steel are being developed with years of research, technological and process modifications, as well as several rounds of testing.
In its endeavour to strengthen the vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat, SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant RSP has been making all-out efforts to fulfill the requirements of customized steel products for high-profile infrastructure projects undertaken all over the country. One such project is the Kaleswaram Lift Irrigation Project of Telangana State, for which the plant has so far supplied approximately 2.9 lakh tons of boiler IS 2002 grade 3 and high tensile grade E300 BR plates rolled in its new plate mill. Claimed to be the costliest irrigation project to be taken up in any state in India till date, the Kaleshwaram Lift Irrigation Project aims to irrigate around 37 lakh acres in the 15 districts of Telangana. Besides, the project will also be providing drinking water to several small and medium towns and cities of the state, especially in Hyderabad and Secunderabad. It may be noted that the 4300 mm wide new plate mill of RSP is equipped with state-of-art technology to produce wide range of plates with close tolerances to meet stringent international standards. The mill is consistently adding products with stringent specifications and wider varieties to its baskets so as to enter high-end segments and carve out a niche for itself in the national steel firmament. SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant RSP has been making elaborate arrangements for safeguarding its employees from the spread of COVID-19 pandemic. The interventions are intensifying day by day with adoption of newer practices. The Fire Services Department is religiously carrying out sanitization of different departments so as to keep the work areas infection-free. Hand sanitization at all the entry points of the plant has also become a regular practice. Persons with sanitizers have been deployed at all gates to sanitize the hands of people entering the plant. Wearing of mask has also been made mandatory for getting inside the plant premises. Intense sanitization of the gates and marketplaces are also being carried out to keep a check on susceptible places of infection that witness huge footfalls.
The Blast Furnace 5 Durga of SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant has surpassed the 20 million ton production mark on 9th January 2022. The last 1 million ton of hot metal has been tapped in 131 days, which makes the average production 7,634 tons per day. Mr. Amarendu Prakash, Director in charge Bokaro Steel Plant and Rourkela Steel Plant, has congratulated the employees of Blast Furnace as well as all the associated units for this commendable feat and has said that let's keep on challenging our limits and setting new benchmarks. In his message, Mr. S.R. Suryavanshi ED Works has said that I feel great to be a part of this amazing team of RSP that worked with complete dedication and consistency. Your performance has taken the organization to a new height. It is worth mentioning here that Blast Furnace 5, one of the country's largest operating blast furnace, had started hot metal tapping in 2013. The furnace had surpassed 10 million tons of hot metal production in March 2018 and followed it up with surpassing 15 million tons hot metal production in February 2020. To encourage skill development at SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant and to inculcate the culture of skill excellence through healthy competition amongst the employees, Executive Director Work Skill Excellence Award 2021-22 was organized at HRD Center from 6th to 11th December 2021. Around 100 employees in the level S1 to S11 participated in the competition. Competitions were conducted in 6 trades, namely hydraulics technician, welder, fitter, turner, electrician and electronic mechanics. 18 employees have been selected to receive the awards. In the hydraulic technician trade category, Mr. Prafulla Kumar Patra of HSM1 has stood first, while Mr. Jayadrath Mahapatra of SMS1 and Mr. Prakash Kumar Sahu of RMHP got second and third positions respectively. In the turner trade category, the first trade has been bagged by Mr. Santosh Kumar Malik of shops, while Mr. Saroj Kumar Behra of SMS1 and Mr. Chhatre Tudu of Blast Furnace have got the second and third spots. Mr. Milan Datta of Blast Furnace bagged the first prize in welder trade category, with Mr. Jhasa Mohan Podha of shops and Mr. Govinda Chandra Sahu of oxygen plant as second and third position holders respectively. In the fitter trade category, Mr. P.P. Chaudhary of roll shop has won the first prize, while Mr. Trinath Barik of SMS1 got second and Mr. Dhananjay Mahato of RMHP bagged third places. Mr. Amulya Kumar Samantra of SMS1 won the electrician trade category, while Mr. Sripati Tripathi of SMS2 and Mr. Saraswati Sundar Sahu of power distribution are the second and third position holders. Mr. Gangadhar Panda of RS Electrical has bagged the first place in the electronics mechanic trade category, while Ms. B. Acharya of CED and Mr. Prakash Kumar Sahu of RMHP are the second and third position holders. The first position holder in each trade would receive Executive Director Work Skill Excellence Award 2021-22 trophy, a certificate of merit and a cash award of Rs 3,000. The second and third position holders would be awarded with Rs 2,000 and 1,500 respectively, along with the trophy and a merit of certificate. Customized printed coffee mugs would be given as token gifts to each of the participants.
As a part of its commitment to the cause of environment, SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant RSP has been making every effort to reduce, treat and reuse its effluent water. Besides, the steel plant is currently implementing different projects to achieve the objective of becoming a zero discharge plant. RSP has adopted a multi-stage treatment strategy for treating its wastewater before discharging into River Brahmani. The process wastewater generated from various units is first treated at their source of generation in the dedicated wastewater treatment plants WWTP installed at different departments. The treated effluent is then discharged to Gurhadi Nala through 9 outfalls. The total effluent is then taken to a lagoon, which is an oxidation pond, for secondary treatment. It is worth mentioning here that RSP has constructed a shallow oxidation pond called lagoon spread over 52 hectares of land, which was designed and constructed under the guidance of NEERI Nagpur. The water is retained in the lagoon for 4 to 5 days, during which the pollutants are treated naturally by photochemical reaction in presence of aerobic and facultative bacteria. After treatment, the water is discharged into River Brahmani through lagoon outlet. The quality of finally treated water discharged into River Brahmani are well within the statutory norms in all the times. Work is now going on in full swing to desilt the lagoon by evacuation of 3 lakh cubic meter of silt using dredging or mechanical excavation. After desilting of the lagoon, there will be a clear water body spreading over an area of around 20 hectares, which will add to the biodiversity and aesthetics. The project being implemented at a cost of rupees 23 crores is expected to be completed in the year 2022. Additionally, RSP has also adopted biological treatment in BOD plant for coke oven effluent. The treated water from BOD plant is recycled back to coke ovens for its utilization in coke quenching. At present, modernization of BOD plant on ZLD concept is also in progress. The project is being executed at a cost of rupees 34 crores. This project will also be completed in the year 2022. Besides, a sewage treatment plant STP is being installed at the outfall number 7 that handles the discharged water from canteens, washrooms and toilets. This project being executed at an expenditure of rupees 15 crores is also planned to be completed in the year 2022. Another project under implementation is the total treatment of effluent coming from outfall number 1. Under this scheme, the total effluent coming out from the steel melting shop 2 and is being channeled through outfall number 1 will be treated in a dedicated wastewater treatment plant with latest technology, namely HRSCC and RO systems, so that the quality of the treated water can match with makeup water. This water will be reused in the steel making process. The 3 million ton hot strip mill, that is in the process of stabilization, functions entirely on zero liquid discharge concept. The mill lifts water from the lagoon and uses it after recycling the same. All the equipments are designed to reuse this water so that there would not be any liquid discharge from this state-of-the-art unit. It is worth mentioning here that RSP conducts regular monitoring of the final effluent discharged from lagoon outlet to river Brahmani. Besides, a continuous effluent quality monitoring station has also been installed at the lagoon outlet, which continuously analyzes the effluent quality, and the measured parameters are uplinked with server of State Pollution Control Board, Orissa. SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant is organizing a series of competitions to mark Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav celebrations. In line with the Desh Ke Naam Ek Rangoli Sajao Rangoli competition, an initiative of Ministry of Culture, Government of India, RSP has launched a Rangoli competition for its employees and their family members. The Rangoli competition will be held at 15 different locations in the steel township and 3 mines units. The theme of the competition is creating designs on 75 years of triumph of Indian independence, Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. The community centers or mines units of these locations will be responsible for carrying out the competition in a proper manner in adherence to the COVID-19 guidelines. The winner from each of the community centers or mines units will be sponsored for participating at the apex level competition and will have a face-off against each other. The final competition will be held at RSP, wherein a panel of judges will evaluate the thematic and colorful rangolis. In this series on 9th January 2022, Rangoli competitions were organized by the Sector 2, Sector 4 and Sector 7 community centers, in which the employees of RSP and their wards enthusiastically participated and showcased their skills and creativity.
Contract Sales Work Department of SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant has created a new record by placing service contract orders of highest value since inception. Orders worth Rs 289 crores have been placed till 6/1/2022 in this financial year, which is an all-time high record in the history of RSP. Further, it is expected to surpass Rs 350 crores at the present rate of order placement. It is pertinent to mention that due to the commissioning of new units, requirement for service contracts has increased manifold, and the CCW collective rose up to the challenge of finalization of new contracts with optimum resources and lean processes. Regular multiple service contracts have been merged together into single indents, resulting in reduction of repetitive jobs, early finalization of jobs, and increase in productivity and profitability. The clubbing of annual contracts into biennial contracts have also resulted in tremendous savings due to the fact that otherwise annual increasing trend of prices are remaining firm for 2 years. With meticulous planning and foresight, the lead time for contract finalization have been substantially decreased. At present, RSP is having the best lead time amongst all SAIL units, with an average lead time of 70 days for contract finalization. These achievements of contract SAIL works have paved the way for the improved productivity and profitability of SAIL in general and RSP in particular. More than 2 lakhs fingerlings were released in the backwaters of Mandira Dam, the captive water body of SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant, for enhancing the income generation opportunities of the fishermen of resettlement colonies and model steel villages of RSP situated in the vicinity of Mandira Dam. The project was organized on 18th November 2021, in which Mr. A.K. Kundu ED Mines RSP released the first lot of fingerlings at Dumarjor Model Steel Village. Subsequently, fingerlings have been released at Banki Bahal and Lang RS Colony Model Steel Villages in the presence of representatives from CSR Fisheries Department, Government of Orissa and Fisherman Cooperative Society of the village. It is worth mentioning here that the fishery is one of the major sources of income for the large number of villages residing in the surrounding areas of Mandara Dam. The CSR department of RSP is implementing the project with the help of Fisheries Department of Government of Orissa under the guidance of Collector Sundagar. RSP, along with the Fisheries Department, will be providing training and distributing fishing nets to the fishermen in near future so as to further enhance their knowledge and skill as well as supplement their earnings.
Hot Strip Mill 2 of SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant for the first time has successfully rolled 47 numbers of jumbo HR coils weighing 32 ton each and measuring 3.5 into 1500 mm as a part of its stabilization process. With this, it has entered a select club of steel makers of the country and entered a niche market. The recommencement of rolling from the new state-of-art Hot Strip Mill 2 of RSP began on 31st October 2021 after being put to hold due to COVID-induced constraints. The first 100 number of HR coils was rolled on 8 December 2021 and the first consignment of 16 numbers of hot rolled coils with a total tonnage of 246 ton from the mill was flagged off on 28 December 2021. On 3rd January 2022, the mill surpassed the 10,000 ton production mark. The newly installed world-class HSM2 has a capacity to roll out 3 million ton of world-class HR coils per annum. The Indira Gandhi Park Zoo of SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant is the second largest integrated zoo of the state. The major recreation center of the region houses 248 animals and birds belonging to 19 different species, of which 7 are endangered species. Recently, the python enclosure housing 3 Indian rock pythons has been upgraded and transformed into a glass enclosure. The old netted enclosure has been replaced with toughened glass for clear visibility and barrier-free view experience with reptiles housed in simulated natural environment. The reptiles are also provided with enclosure enrichment elements like rocks, boulders, tree trunks, etc. to exhibit their natural behavior. Taking into consideration the hibernating needs of the reptiles like snakes during cold waves in the winter season, artificial warm plates are provided by installing electric bulbs inside earthen pots for radiation of heat to the surrounding areas, which is endurable to the reptile. Moreover, the roof of the enclosure has been modified to access more sunlight during the daytime and was supplemented with artificial illumination for clear visibility. For further beautification of the enclosure, artistic standoff barriers are constructed to give a wooden look and added value to it by installing natural bamboo structures. The overall renovation of python enclosure inside IG Park has become a stepping stone towards the beautification of zoo, which is now attracting large number of visitors. The total renovation and facelifting job of python enclosure is being executed by Town Engineering Civil in coordination with the Horticulture Department. That's all for today's news. Namaskar.
Welcome to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share the videos.